there is someone in this live audience who has started a business. Several statistics suggest 90% of all businesses in sub-Saharan Africa fail. Yet there are those amongst us who seem to succeed. Whatever they touch with their hands seem to flourish. Such need to be studied. Such need to be examined. We are not going to study them tonight so that we can copy them, but so that we can emulate their success stories, so that we can analyze the common denominators. This is because business is both a science and an art. Business is an art in the sense that it involves ingenuity, creativity, innovativeness that are inherent. The art side of business analyzes the relationship between man and his environment. But business is also a science, meaning it involves universally acceptable rules, policies, and procedures that any of us can study and be successful. I hope you came with your notebook. I want to take you through some 9 lessons. Are you ready? And let me just give you a glimpse. The very first lesson I'll take you through is why businesses fail in Kenya. The second lesson I'll take you through is business mindset. The third lesson, business idea. The fourth lesson, business timing. The fifth lesson, business modeling. The sixth lesson, products differentiation. Lesson number 7, competitive advantage. Lesson number 8, team execution. Lesson number 9 and the last one, business funding. And before I begin on the very first lesson, lesson number 10, I'll be giving you 10 sources of business funding. Stay with me. Number 1, why do businesses fail? I'm going to propose some 8 key reasons why businesses in this country fail. I went into business straight from JKUAT after I completed my undergraduate studies in mathematics statistics, and I'll try to flash out part of the lessons I've learned in the business world throughout this presentation, later on as I continue. I am not suggesting that this list is exhaustive, but it will give you the primary reasons that you need to watch out for. In retrospect, I'm giving you critical success factors. Why do businesses fail? Number 1, lack of purpose. We do business because we have to, not because we want to. We are looking for an occupation. We hate laziness as a country. And you're looking for something to do, not necessarily because it connects with you at your heart level, but because you are virtually looking for an occupation. You see, you will never be fulfilled in life unless you operate in your domain. Your gift is your domain. Your gift is your natural element. Outside your gift is flying against the weeds, swimming against the currents, and growing against nature. Fish never enroll for swimming lessons. Birds never enroll for flying school. Nor do tree seedlings study afforestation. They just flow in the gift. And here is the deal. Every time you don't operate in your purpose, you're swimming against the weeds, against the current. You're operating against your natural element. So I want to invite you to rethink of how you can connect with your deepest purpose and have a sense of mission and stop working and begin loving what you do and doing what you love. Finding your place. Why do businesses fail? Number 2, lack of focus. We spread too thin. You can't afford a broad strategy on a startup budget. A lot of Kenyans diversify right at incubation of the business idea. Sometimes when I speak in business forums, and many of you in the corporate world have met me in your places of work, people ask me a question. We know people like Richard Branson, who have very many businesses, or Warren Buffett. Why do you tell us to put our eggs in one basket? I hear that kind of reasoning time and again. Please speak to me if you can. Let's just be honest with each other. What do you recognize Bill Gates with? Give me the name. Microsoft. Jack Ma? Alibaba. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook. Okay, that's America. That's China. Let's come back to Kenya. Dr. James Mwangi, Equity. Fantastic. Tabitha Karaja, Keroche. Terry Mugai, Ashley. Look, you never mentioned two names. That doesn't mean Dr. James Mwangi has not invested in real estate, insurance, bank, and elsewhere. But he has his place. So you cannot diversify until you succeed in your business. It is out of the excess of your business that you can afford to broaden your strategy. You can't afford to open too many verticals on a startup business, or even to scale up too fast. Concentrate and optimize on the existing market before considering diversification. Why do businesses fail in Kenya? Number 3, we give up too soon. We are a generation that sense defeat at the slightest toothache. I want to tell you right now, every time you're getting into a new territory, you'll be confronted by unfamiliar giants who try to stop you from expanding your domain. You've got to fight till all trouble withers away. You've got to fight till all giants fade away. You've got to purpose in your heart, somebody's ship will sink this year, but that's not my ship. The greatest difference between winners and losers is the ability to hold on. The real mark of faith is the ability to hang on. You must choose not to be the losing type. No one has a problem with the first mile of a race. Even infants will do relatively well. Maturity is staying the course and finishing your race and finishing strong. The fact that the road is bumpy and the weather is misty doesn't imply that you're headed in the wrong direction. Doesn't call you to question your vision. The road to success is uphill. I don't know if the strong get there. If success were easy, who wouldn't be successful? Why do businesses fail? Number 4, copying others. You find Reverend Natasha with a huge meeting, and the next moment you start one without studying what it takes her to reach there. You find someone with an M-Pesa without even investigating. You begin to observe the visible signs of success. Premium homes, high-end cars, designer clothes, flying first class, expensive jewelry. Without realizing, you are gazing at a mirage, glaring at an illusion. True success cannot be seen with the physical eyes. It is what happens inside such a person. Wahenga walisema, ukiona vielea, vimeundwa. There is an incredible amount of work, because I guarantee you masters work hardest. They are the last ones to fall. That's why Jesus taught, the greatest amongst you must be the servant of all. You prepared for this meeting, but maybe I didn't sleep preparing for you. You just came because, well, it's free, and it's not raining, and why not? It's a nice way to spend an evening. But do you think that was my attitude? Absolutely not. They pay the higher price. You can't choose to be a master and choose to sleep at the same time. You just can't admire what others are doing, admiring the fruits without studying the roots. Why do businesses fail? Number 5. Plan B. We Kenyans are very fond of this, coming up with an out scheme. Just in case plan A falters, I have an escape route. You can't come up with an escape route and fail to use it someday. If I may use an illustration now that they gave me some water, this is our typical behavior. Assume this is a cooking pot. I'm going to use my seat. No. Can you see this? Now, typical Kenyan behavior. This is how I'm going to boil my water. This is my cooking pot, and this is my stove. I'm going to put a drop and watch it from a distance. If it boils properly, I'll add a drop. Watch it from a distance. What's going to happen to the water if I keep on adding drop by drop? It's going to evaporate. There's only one way for me to heat this water and have my water at the same time. Put all of it in my cooking pot. So, we put some 5,000 bob in a business, we watch it from a distance. If the business behaves, I'm going to add some 20,000. Eventually, you have no business. The only way out to succeed in business is to destroy your escape routes. Have no plan B's. Decide there's only one way out, success. Destroy the point of return. Decide there's no bridge to go back. Have your 2 feet deeply rooted in the air like a radical. Jesus taught, where your treasure is, there your heart is. The more you diversify, the more you spread your heart. Learn to focus. I define focus in Sensual Life Club as this: the ability to say no. There are many good opportunities before us, premium opportunities. But the essence of strategy is identifying what not to do. Wisdom is not just knowing what to do, but even more importantly, knowing what not to do. Why do businesses fail in Kenya? Number 6, lack of time discipline. Family and friends recognize that those in the corporate world cannot be called anytime you want. They are answerable to a supervisor. But what about the girl? What about the man in business? Oh, he's available in an hour. And we begin to misuse the concept of becoming your own boss. Because whoever interferes with your time interferes with your success. You can't afford to attend to every Tom, Dick, and Harry and succeed at the same time. Demand others to respect of your time. Number 7, why do businesses fail? Deviation of project funds. A lot of Kenyans start a business, and I know some of them are guilty. They are listening to me right now. A lot of Kenyans start a business, and 1 month later, they decide to remove just a few hundreds for their bus fare, just a few hundreds for emergency rent, just a few hundreds for a burial or a wedding or a friend. Without realizing, the business goes under. If you talk to any banker in our midst, they will tell you perhaps the most common source of business failure in Kenya is something to do with our cash flow. It takes on average 6 to 18 months for most businesses just to break even. You've got to separate between your personal bank account and your business bank account. Bite the bullet and say you're not touching any coin. You've got to plow back. Do your maths, calculate your payback period, and say no to getting your fingers into that cash box. Number 8, lack of business planning. We just have this notion, things will work out somehow, someday. So we have not done any sales analysis or projections. We have not thought through business modeling or competition or how we are going to deal with it. As the old adage goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Business planning is not something we go to. It's something we grow through. We don't go to it, we grow through it. It's a lifelong commitment.